Hello friends, Breakman79 here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Oh, I have been looking forward to this game for over a year now, I guess. Ever since someone left a comment on my Baldur's Gate 2 Let's Play about the existence of this game that was soon to be coming. So yeah. I hope it's going to be a big pile of fun. And if you're worried about this is going to affect the other two videos going on right now, the Planscape and Neverwinter's Night, don't be. They're going to be finished. Don't worry about it. I had hoped that at least I was already done with Planscape by the time this game came out, but you know, time just never seems to be on my side. What else? I really know nothing about this, other than that it's basically a game in the same vein as Baldur's Gate and etc. I tried to steer clear of all spoilers, or even like gameplay trailers. I saw like one of the really early, I want to say it was like an example trailer that Obsidian put out over a year ago. I think I was seeing it and it had already been out for quite a while. I think I got my options all set up. I pretty much just leaving everything on default. I have no idea if it's going to give me a choice of difficulty or not, but let's jump in and see what we got. Oh, okay. Path of the Damned. Expert mode. Let's see. Disables a number of helper features. Oh. Let's see. Not recommended for newcomers to real-time party-based RPGs. Let's see. Suited for Affinity Engine veterans. Ooh, most punishing encounters. You know, after playing completely through Baldur's Gate 2 on hard, I think we're good. Trial of Iron. Ooh, that is... Oh, that is rough. I don't think I could take that. I mean, I died a lot in Baldur's Gate 2, so... Expert mode. Yeah, let's try it. Ooh. Getting goosebumps. The Pillars of Eternity.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay. Character creation. That is some crazy hair. Okay. Sex, male, female. Why not? 3 for 3. See, a woman's role in war is largely dependent on where she is from in the Adir Empire. Vylian republics and Direwood. Women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles. They are primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of the tribes of Nasitak and Ir-Glanfith and Exatmitl. Women and men have more fluid social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. Level 1 fighter. Okay, we have humans. That's kind of creepy. Humans, commonly called folk, are the most common race in Direwood in the Adir Empire, Old Vylia, and the Valan republics. Though not as large as the towering Amunah, however you say that, humans are known for their strength and willpower. +1 resolve and might. Okay, what are these big blue guys? Kind of like from Avatar, right? The mighty Amua are the largest of the Kith races and are commonly found in our near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as Waratii, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength, might +2. Actually, they're kind of more like the Zora from Legend of Zelda. Dwarf. By virtue of land covered in number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in Direwood and the Valan republics and almost any colonized land. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity. Might 2, dexterity -1, and constitution +2. The elves. Elves are the dominant race in Ir-Glanfith, and the white that wins, and are extremely common in Direwood and Adir. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as a commonly isolationist nature. +1 dexterity and perception. Orlan. Interesting. Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-tone skin, and hirsute bodies? Hirsute? Interesting. Bodies. Orlans are commonly found in Ir-Glanfith and the Ilmactil Plains and parts of the Direwood. They are known for their mental intensity and quickness. Resolve +1, might -1, and perception +2. And finally we have godlike. Yee. The godlike are children of the Kith, civilized races, who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider it a blessing. These aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. Dexterity and intellect +1. Human. I haven't played a human character, have I? Because, Aaron's an elf. Myra was a half-elf? Something like that. Whereas is like a little short thing. Why not? Ooh. The most common humans in the Direwood, the Meadowfolk, or Tirthian, have lived in that area for almost 2,000 years. Meadowfolk traditionally live at the edge of elven forest, working the open plains, hence their name. Actually, I'm kind of curious what the elves have. Ocean folk. Savannah folk. uh, my initial thought as soon as I saw that was, hey, I could play as Beetlejuice. Yes. Ocean folk. Did I? Let's see. Folk traditionally. Most humans in the Direwood are Tyrethan. Fighting Spirit. Once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance, folk temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. Ocean folk. Calabandra. Originating near the equator on the other side of the globe, and are currently the most widespread human group in the region, but they have also migrated to the far reaches of the world. Ocean folk are the dominant culture in the Valayan republics, and are also common in the Direwood. Let's see. Oh, this must be common to all the humans. The Savannah folk, the Natlan, come originally from just south of the equator, and with the exception of some groups that migrated north, have remained in the same location for over 10,000 years. The name Natlan literally means original. While quite common in Red Saris, Savannah folk are not usually seen in the Direwood and the Violin republics. Oh. A mercantile power and former colony of a larger, more ancient nation, Old Violet. The republics lie to the south of Direwood and Glanfeth and are ruled by Duke elected by the Consulgai Asgia, a council of 14 dukes, including its 5 most prominent, the Duke Bells. That's kind of cool that you can hover over these things. Per encounter ability can only be used for a set number of times per combat. For example, an ability that uses 3 uses per encounter may only be used 3 times during a single fight. At the end of combat, the uses will be refilled for the next encounter. What is endurance? Let's see. Endurance represents a character's short-term survivability. Damage that is not absorbed by a character's damage reduction goes straight to their endurance and health. Potions and healing magic, such as from Paladin, Priest, or Druid, can restore endurance in combat. When a character's endurance reaches 0, he or she will be knocked out. A knocked out character can be brought back in combat through the use of a revive ability. Otherwise, characters will regain all of their endurance at the end of combat, assuming they're on the winning side. I wonder how much I can... Culture, appearance... Oh, it looks like you really can change how they look. So, I don't need to pick blonde or redhead at this point. Savannah. Let's go with this group. Right. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay. Class. Barbarians. Brutes, madmen, berserkers, too. Though city-dwelling people often use the term barbarian with a dose of disrespect. These rural warriors are respected by their communities for their ferocity and fearsome presence on the battlefield. Barbarians have a special, almost religious role in some cultures, but in many places, the undisciplined, fearless style of the barbarian is simply how warriors conduct themselves. Starting ability, Carnage. When barbarians hit with melee attacks, they automatically make reduced damage attacks at all other enemies within a short distance of the target. A cipher. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were once called Brislagwin mind hunters by the Glanfathans. Ciphers have the ability to direct contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. Let's see, powers. Ciphers can direct target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. These powers cost focus, which ciphers build through the use of their soul whip. Interesting. Good old fighters. Fighters form the front line of disciplined armies across the Eastern Reach. Though they are most commonly found in cultures with an organized martial structure, fighters can also be encountered as wandering mercenaries, bodyguards, and other types of sellswords. The common element that unifies fighters is their heavy focus on endurance and melee defense. Starting ability, constant recovery. Fighters continually regenerate endurance at a modest rate during combat. We have the Paladin. Paladins are martial zealots, devoted to a god, a ruler, or even a way of life. They can be found in any culture where a fanatical group of like-minded individuals has formed a warrior society dedicated to advancing their cause. Among those aligned to their worldview, paladins are viewed with respect and admiration, if a bit of fear. Many paladins hold leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies, but in the heat of battle, their fanaticism often overrules the chain of command and common sense. Starting ability, faith and conviction. Paladins have an inherent bonus to all of their defenses. Over the course of the game, the value of this bonus may shift based on the reputation the paladin gains relative to the behaviors they are preferred by his or her order. A ranger. Rangers are warriors of the woodlands and masters of the hunt. Always partnered with soul-bonded animal companions, they can be found in wild spaces all over the world. As their lifestyles often tend toward independence and isolation, it is rare for rangers to become an integral part of a large fighting force, though they are often employed as scouts and guides. Animal companion. All rangers share a strong bond with an animal companion. The companion fights at the ranger's command and is extremely valuable for its ability to run interference. Animal companions don't do much damage, but they have high damage reduction. The link between the ranger and companion is powerful. If one goes down in battle, the other suffers as well. The wizard. That is kind of ridiculous. The masters of academic magic, wizards are students of arcane traditions that stretch back beyond the boundaries of recorded history. Wizards are a highly organized group, often forming academies or guilds devoted to research and development in magical studies, and tend to favor environments where inquiry, experimentation, debate, and the dissemination of knowledge are encouraged. Many accomplished wizards eventually become known for their eccentricity, their egos, and their unquenchable interest in all things arcane and occult. Arcane Assault. Mid-range attack that hits a small area for raw damage and can leave targets dazed. Ooh. Spells. Wizards have an access to a variety of offensive and personal defensive spells. Unlike priests and druids, wizards learn individual spells that they store and cast directly from their grimoires. Grimoires can hold 4 spells of each spell level, which motivates wizards to keep multiple grimoires for different needs. Every 2 levels, wizards gain access to an additional set of spells. However, they can automatically learn 1 spell of any level they can access each time they advance. Wizards also have the option of learning spells from grimoires that they find or buy. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As wizards gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. A chanter. In every culture across Aura, there are chanters. Many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. Their hallowed phrases stirring the collective memory of wayward souls around them, compelling them to generate magical effects in a kind of reenactment. In some societies, chanters form organized groups of storytellers and researchers, but in most parts of the world they are just a time-honored part of local folk tradition. So, they're the bards of this game. Phrases chants. All chanters can continuously speak chants made up of magical phrases. Phrases produce passive effects and help build a chanter's power until they can use an invocation. Invocations. Powerful magical effects that chanters can create after they have spoken a required number of phrases through their chants. A druid. Animus at heart. Druids tap into the spiritual power that flows through the simple living things of Aura. Plants, animals, and sometimes even living stone. While not necessarily religious, druids do have a reverence for the natural world, and a keen interest in understanding its mysteries. In most cultures, druids are understood as a sort of primal magician, but among the Glanfathians, Nasitaki, and many rural cultures, they may have high positions of influence and authority. Spirit shift. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. These forms give the druid strong melee abilities and grant an additional power while the druid is shifted. Spells. Druids have access to a variety of offensive and some support-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, druids automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As druids gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. A monk. And there we go with that ridiculous outfit again. Monks belong to a variety of fighting orders that have sprung up in the however you pronounce that, in the Eastern Reach over the past few centuries. While many monastic orders can trace their teachings to the enduring founder, Teltak, individual organizations vary greatly in their focus, morality, and ethics. Common folk respect the incredible discipline of monks, but see them as odd, unpredictable bunch who may not be entirely sane. Even mercenaries and other adventurers aren't sure what to make of them. Transcendent suffering. When monks have no weapons equipped, their unarmed attacks are exceptionally powerful and continue to increase in damage as they gain levels. Wounds. As monks are damaged, their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power many of the monks' special abilities. Priests. Priests are devotees of Eora's deities and practitioners of religious magic. While all priests dedicate themselves to specific gods, priests' power is actually derived from their personal beliefs. In contrast to most paladins, priests tend to focus on philosophy, teaching, and the relationship of religious organizations with common folk. The reception of priests in any given part of the world depends largely on how their god is revered or reviled by the people who live there. Holy Radiance generates a modest amount of endurance for allies around the priest. Any enemy vessels caught in the area take burn damage and may be frightened. Over the course of the game, the power of this ability may shift based on the reputations the priest gains relative to the behaviors that are preferred by his or her deity. Spells. Priests have access to a variety of support and some offense-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, priests automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As priests gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift toward encounter use. And lastly, the rogue. Actually, I think priest is kind of like the cleric in D&D. Rogues are vicious killers, feared for the brutality of their attacks. They can be found as often in dark, black alleys as the heart of battlefield skirmishes. Though unpredictable and undisciplined, rogues are commonly used as shock troops or as part of a surprise assault, their withering attacks breaking enemy ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in larger numbers in cities where they can be steadily employed as mercenaries or hired muscle. Sneak attack. Applied bonus damage to the rogue's ranged and melee weapons attacked when the target has any of the following afflictions: blinded, flanked, hobbled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, struck, stunned, or weakened. It also applies to any target the rogue strikes with a weapon within the first 2 seconds of combat. Okay. What do we pick? This is something completely different. The rest of them are pretty common standard D&D. So I've never played as a barbarian. Fighter, yes. Ranger, kind of, yeah. Wizard, yeah. Yeah, Planescape. I have never played as a bard. Druid, no. A monk, no. Yeah, clerics, yeah, rogues. This might be interesting. Play as a chanter. Why not? Let's see. All chanters can continuously speak chants made up of magical phrases. Phrases produce passive effects and help build a chanter's power. Okay, yeah. I can pick 2. What did they do? Blessed was Wingrith, quickest of his tribe. Increases the movement rate and reflex of all allies in the area of effect. Lasts for 4 seconds. Has a linger time of 2. Friendly or plus 1.2 move speed, plus 10 reflex. Let's see. Dull the edge, blunt the point. Reduces slashing and piercing damage of enemies in the area of effect. Thick grew their tongues, stumbling over words. Reduces concentration of enemies in the area of effect. Concentration. Let's see, is this would affect enemy mages? Let's see. Characters' concentration determines how likely they are to have their spells or attacks interrupted during combat. Yes. Come soft winds of death. Drains a portion of endurance from all enemies in the area of effect. That sounds useful. At the sight of their comrades, their hearts grew bold. Emboldens allies in the area of effect, giving bonuses to fortitude and will. And I'm guessing I can only pick, level 1. Why are these ones highlighted in blue? Is this like the... Oh, that's just me selecting them. I see. I think that could be extremely useful. So, reduce the damage. Plus reflex, move speed. What does reflex mean? The reflex defense allows characters to dodge out of the way of physically harmful area of effect attacks, explosions, bolts of lightning. It is defined by a character's class level dexterity and perception. Let's see. Reduces piercing and slashing damage. These don't last very long. I wonder if it's like a kind of continuous thing that you can just keep chanting them over and over. I guess we'll find out. So we have one offensive spell and the rest are pretty much defensive. Reduces... Okay, let's go with this for now. Invocation. Oh boy. But deny Darrod's ghost, he would not rest. Calls beyond the shroud and summons a phantom to fight for the party. Requires 3 phrases chanted. Summon a phantom. Oh, I can only get one of these. And Hell Hyrif crashed upon the shield. Reduces damage reduction of enemies in the area of effect. If their bones still slept under the hill, none can say. Summons 3 skeletons to fight for the party. I like the sound of that. Increases the slash and shock damage reductions for allies in the area of effect. Creates a thunderous explosion that stuns and shoves enemies in the area of effect. Drains electrostatic energy from the environment to create 3 bolts of lightning, causing shock damage to any in their path. Ooh. White worms withered in the bellies of the dead. Causes a nearby downed enemy to explode, expelling 3 white grubs and crushing nearby enemies. Oh. Alright, I feel like going for the early You can't call them meat shields, but basically that's what they are. Although the exploding thing sounds like something absolutely hilarious. Area of effect, 10 meters. Crush. 8 damage types. Ah. Do these like little grub things attack? I don't know. I want to try this. Oh, attributes. Okay. Let's see. What abilities are good for this character? Might. Character's physical and spiritual strength, brute force, as well as the ability to channel powerful magic. During interactions, it can be used for intimidating displays and acts of brute force. In combat, it contributes to both damage and healing, as well as fortitude defense. Constitution. Combination of characters' overall health and stamina. Though not used much in interactions, it is sometimes checked to withstand pain or endure a physical taxing ordeal. Combat affects maximum health and endurance. Dexterity. Abstraction of characters' hand-eye coordination, balance, and overall grace. Perception. Characters' senses, well, their instinctive ability to pick up on details. In interaction, it can be used to catch someone in a lie, to make an observant comment about their appearance, or know something happening in the background. Combat attributes to deflection and reflex defense. Intellect. Character's logic. Sudden. Okay. Resolve. Character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. Can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps the characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Let's boost that a little bit. So what are we gonna min-max here? Bonus to will, concentration. Let's give a little boost to these. Perception 2. Oh, so I got 2 more. 13 and 15 perception. It's not gonna tell me, is it? Poor dexterity. Maybe I should. Let's go with this. Seems very average. Let's see, concentration. What can I boost here? Resolve. How about that? Okay. Culture. Oh boy. Dissident, hunter, mercenary, aristocrat, clergyman, colonist, drifter, laborer, merchant, or slave. Let's see. Aristocrat. You've lived your life amongst the nobility. Your days have been marked by lavish meals and extravagant parties. Your conversations peppered with talk of pedigree and bloodlines. A dissident. You've made a name for yourself as a troublemaker. Disrespect for authority and lack of care regarding the rules are reoccurring themes in your life. Hunter. You live for the thrill of the chase, whether for glory or for sustenance. You've made your living taking the lives of wild creatures. Mercenary. Blade and battle is the way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. The clergyman. Piety and prayer are the cornerstones of your public life, and you encourage the same in others. A colonist. You are part of a group that founded a fledgling colony in a distant land. Well, it does give you bonuses, okay. The drifter. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You are more comfortable on the road and traveling the world. A laborer. Your life has been spent in the study of your craft. You trained and prepared, hoping to hone your skills and ply your trade. A merchant. You've traded goods from all over the world, pairing items with buyers of all kind. And a slave. You have never known freedom. Shackles and chains have bound your existence, and someone has told you what to do your entire life. Let's see here. Survival +2. What does survival do? Survival allows characters to make better use of the food and potion items they find. The higher the character's survival skill, the longer the duration of such items. Survival can also be used in conversations and scripted interactions that involve wilderness challenges or specialization information. Oh, aristocrat just gives you a bonus to lore. Stealth and lore. Stealth, I'm not really interested in stealth for this character. Athletics. Adventuring is tiring work. Traveling, fighting, and scrambling up fallen statues can take its toll. The athletic skill counters the effects of accrued fatigue, allowing characters to go farther and fight longer before they suffer penalties. In conversations and scripted interactions, athletics is used for physical feats like climbing, swimming, and jumping. More lore. Stealth. What about mechanics? Traps and locks can be a problem for even the toughest adventurers, draining their resources and maiming or killing those who are unfortunate enough to trigger an unseen floor plate. The mechanics skill makes it easier to open locks and find and disable traps. Additionally, any character can use the mechanics skill to place traps of their own. The higher the mechanics skill, the more accurate the trap. In conversations and scripted interactions, mechanics can be used to activate or disable a variety of machines. Let's go with the merchant. Background. Okay, appearance. Ooh. I do like the red hair. Not much choice. White. Kind of orange. That, ugh. That's like too yellow. Extreme red. Gonna make her a redhead. Primary color. Ooh. Blue and orange. Oh no, it's green. Oh, okay, cool, I can rotate. That seems alright. Let's see. Choice of 4 heads. Can't zoom in. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? So it's alright. What about hair? What do we got in the hair? Oh, that's interesting. Oh my. Completely bald. Mohawk. No. We got a ponytail. That's not bad, but I don't like the red. White hair. Oh, orange. Or what else we got? Is that what I started with? Yeah, that was the first one. Alright. Ponytail it is. That does not look anything like my character. That's not bad. Maybe if I change her head. Okay, none of them match that. It's the same face, just different hairstyle. Okay, okay, this it is. Oh, voice. Oh.
I've got this.
Sinister.
Bring them down.
Nice and slow. I'm here.
Jeez, kind of reminds me of all the voices from Neverwinter Nights.
Now I am the leader of the
Oh,
group.
that's...
Steady does it. I'm here.
great.
I shall lead us.
I don't think so.
Quickly and quietly.
Stoic.
Follow me.
No, I don't... Ugh.
A blade in the dark. Now I am leader of the group.
No.
Quickly and quietly. I've got this.
Yeah, okay, this is alright. Oh, a name. Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Huh. Can name her... You know what? I'm just gonna pause it for a moment and while I think of something. Where's the hell's the pause? Alright, I've made my decision. Meet Lana Delgin. Chanter extraordinaire. Or at least she thinks so. Alright. Here we go. New quest, the Gilded Dale. Caravan Master Odema. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards, unless you don't drink water, course, which case you'll be dead in a day.
Huh, that's not looking good.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We're on death's door, and he wants me to go wandering out into the wilderness looking for some berry that's the size of a fingernail. I don't think he wants us to live.
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Says Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfell, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. Then he says what he just said, nods in your direction, and then Sparfell nods and slides the worn horn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Interesting.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Alright then, let's go see about those berries.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some springberries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
A moment's respite. Ooh, my journal. How do I find that? Okay. Sudden sickness has come over me. The caravan master urged me to make a remedy before my condition worsens. Options, map, journal, character, and inventory. Do I have anything in my inventory? I have a ring, and I have a giant miniature space piglet. Oh, okay. This is one of the items. These are the items I got for pre-ordering. Okay. What does this do? See, this item grants the ability to shield the wearer from a myriad perils that plague the world of yore. An aspect of the god Aothis, Gon represents the harvest of old age, symbolized here by many interlocking sickles that form the ring. As Gon helps protect the dignity of old age, so too do his followers pledge to prevent young lives from being harvested before their time. Okay. What does the pig do? Oh, okay. Same face, different hair color. Oh, crafting. Stash. Let's see, I'm carrying some sort of weapon. A poleaxe. Speed slow, two-handed. What about her? She's got a torch and a battle axe. She actually has some armor, scale armor. I get crappy leather armor. Okay. Let's see, 236 health, 153 health. Game is paused. Why is the game paused? How do I unpause?
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Wasn't I supposed to talk to somebody and buy something? Don't mind, Odema. This is a good place to camp as any. I do have a little... Yeah, okay. Can I zoom in? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Where do I buy this stuff from? Caravan guards. Maybe I don't actually buy from anybody. What's this? These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. Flickering fire sets shadows dancing within.
Yeah.
Okay, how about a map? Okay, it looks like everything is south and to the east.
No problem.
Oh, maybe this guy. Okay, let's see.
Anyone need supply?
Hey Odin, you see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Well, let's see what you got. You got a crossbow, a hunting bow. How much gold do I have? 100. Dagger, rod, sword, medium shield. I'm wielding a 2 hide armor, leather armor. Recovery speed. Hide armor is damage reduction. Okay. Damage reduction of minor regeneration and some lockpicks. Can't buy that. Can't buy a shield either. Clothing. What does this mean? Other. Maybe some healing stuff. Why doesn't it? No, I can't buy that either. So much for that.
Something else you need?
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Oh, with an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. We'll see. I suppose I'm just trying to do the right by my family. Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravaners. Deerwood, okay. I've been pronouncing it Drywood, but... Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Okay. He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seems like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Cern's work ethic, they always struck me as a little fanatical. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Heodun begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Well, I better get moving. We got Sparfell.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
I see. Ooh, I like the lighting. Oh, it's a lamp. Oh, this game looks amazing. Saw something move down there. I think this is... Let's see. That's probably a good zoom level. That does not look good. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign any way to figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. He's got some leather armor and a lockpick. I'll take it. Not much left of that guy. Yeesh. Nothing down here. Can I cross the... No, I can't. Okay. Time to cross the little bridge. Looks like a little campsite over here.
This is recent. Not good.
Uh-oh. The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Where are we? Okay, so this map's not very big. North or south? Let's go north. Okay, nothing there. What is that? Let's double check over here. That's odd for a lamp to just be laying on the ground like that. Alright, let's check out what this thing on the ground was over here. Oh, mushrooms. Deer cap. Added to the stash. I don't see anything. Is there like nothing I can interact with? Alright, we can go up there. That's cool.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Outcroppings, you say? Uh-oh. Combat. Oh, look at that. Hideous looking wolf. And looks like he ripped some poor deer to shreds. I do have my little phrases. How do I use them? Or did you just start chanting them automatically? Let's see. How do I use them? Scouting camp? Oh, okay. It's switched to like a combat log. How do I use my... Half speed, double speed. Journal, no. Map, no. Come on. Oh, okay, here we go. Edit chants, chant one. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess we just do that and start attacking. Oh, there's two of them. Come on. Dead. Kill it. Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like they dropped some wolf hides. Let's see, does this take all? Yeah. Looks kind of disgusting.
No problem.
This is it.
There we go. Odema said something about you being in business for yourself. I used to transport things people wanted... Oh, no. Oh, here's where we get to decide what I'm going to be. Transport things people wanted to kept secret. Let's see, what kind of character are we gonna... What kind of background are we gonna pick for her? Hmm. Yeah. Interesting, interesting. All right. I think we're going to pick the first element. I used to transport things people wanted kept secret. Goods. People. Yeah? How is it you happen to come here? Huh. Competitor sold me out. Tricked into transporting something I never would have agreed to. Or I got double-crossed while doing a deal. They made off with everything. Yeah. That's a damnable run of luck. Maybe the new setting will turn things around for you. I heard her name, but now I can't pronounce it. Classia. Classia? Breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Reddick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with a big city, just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Somewhere I can make some money. Ah, a woman after my own heart. May your luck be better than mine. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Well, tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Ruatai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale, she's the only real homebody. Why are you here? Calissa sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixmiltil. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth. I guess a lot of them. No, wait. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfield's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Alright guys, I'm going to put a cut in the episode here. I think so far so good. We'll see how things continue and see how living as the life as a bard. I have no idea. I never play as bards and I never have them in my party. So let's just say I'm optimistic. Hopefully optimistic. Anyway, thanks for watching and lots more good soon to come. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.